Why is the Refy lip sculpt discontinued? At Sephora, at least, it is not being sold anymore because the state of California is one of the many states that announced that it is banning the use and sale of PFAS, forever chemicals, per and polyfluoroalkyl substances. Now, because the state of California came out and said that we are banning this substance, that is one of Sephora's biggest markets. That's one of the biggest markets just in general everywhere. California is a huge portion of sales everywhere. So the fact that this ingredient got banned in California, pretty big deal for sales of this things containing this ingredient. So Sephora went ahead and pulled everything containing this ingredient from their stores. Now this ingredient, it's called a PFAS, but there's many different types. It's kind of like plastic. There's many different types of plastic, but they're all plastic. PFAS, there's many different types of PFAS. They're all PFAS. PFAS are like plastic, but they're a little bit worse. They're a little bit more synthetic. They're harder to break down. They last longer than plastic, so that's why they're called forever chemicals, because they don't readily break down in the environment. They're composed of a carbon-fluorine bond that is not found in nature, so they don't naturally decompose, more so than things such as plastic, which already don't decompose. So that's to put into perspective why the ingredient's being banned. Sephora's banning the ingredient because of California. And because of California, now nothing containing PFAS is sold in Sephora. Now, Refy's lip sculpt, the lip setter portion, contained an ingredient called polyperfluoromethylisopropyl ether, which is a very long word to basically describe something that acts as a vacuum grease lubricant. And that's what its functional use is. But it was modified to be a lower molecular weight to use in cosmetics. Now, it wasn't studied for anything using cosmetics, not since 1996. There aren't any systemic studies on this chemical. That's not why it was discontinued, but basically Refy was selling this chemical that wasn't really ever studied for use in humans. They basically just modified it from vacuum grease and said, okay, let's use it. And then they did maybe 1 or 2 studies back in the last millennia. And PFAS as a whole, I don't know why they were ever in makeup. They don't belong there. They have industrial and medical uses, but they're not something that should be mass consumed or mass produced because they're very environmentally unfriendly. So that's your little 3-minute scoop of the gossip of why Refy Beauty is no longer selling this product. I don't know if they're no longer selling it at all or just not carrying it in Sephora. I haven't cared to check. I have beef with them. So, yeah.